Europeans never understood or respected cats, and now they want you to call them the cat lovers. But let's talk about how pre colonial cultures honored cats as protectors, healers, spiritual guides. Meanwhile, in Europe, they responded to cats with fear, demonization, and mass extermination of cats. So much so that they almost destroyed themselves in the process. Pre colonial societies didn't own cats, they revered them across the ancient world. Africa, the Near East, Asia, indigenous societies alike. Cats were not simply considered pets, they were guardians, symbols of fertility, protectors, destroyers of plague carrying vectors, and bridges between worlds. In ancient Egypt, the highest reverence ever given to cats in recorded history. Cats were so sacred that by harming one, even accidentally, it was punishable. By Egyptians built temples in the image of their cat goddesses, Bastet, Sekhmet. They mummified their beloved cats and integrated them into healing and protective rituals. They were cosmic guardians. In ancient Nubia, Mesopotamia, and what's considered Persia, cats appear in elite Nubian burial temples. Mesopotamians connected cats to domestic protection and divination, and Persians associated cats with household rituals, household blessings. So you see, pre colonial societies revered cats. In East Asia, Japan, and China, cats were honored, considered the controlling factor of rodents that threatened rice stores, which was the foundation of their civilization. Cats in this culture appear as spiritual guardians, household protectors, and symbols of luck. Not a single one ever tried to breed cats into decorative objects. Then here comes Europe entering the chat with their fear and their demonization of cats. Their relationship with cats was not shaped by respect, but by Christian superstition, misogynistic fear of feminine power, association of women, midwives, and healers, and their patriarchal anxieties about independence and intuition. So, yes, they feared and demonized cats for those reasons. In medieval Europe, cats, especially black cats, were always associated with witchcraft, night spirits, and female autonomy. The church claimed that cats were satanic companions. So, Europeans did what Europeans often do when they fear something, they demonize it. And in this case, they launched a mass extermination movement against cats. Between the 13th and the 16th centuries, Europeans burned, drowned, hunted, and tortured cats in religious festivals and during their so called witchcraft purges. By the 14th century, the cat population was so decimated that the rat population exploded. They were more comfortable living in the unhygienic filth of rats than to learn to respect cats. And then with the rats, we all know the story. Then came the fleas. And with the fleas, then came the Black Death, wiping out 50% of Europe. A destruction and demise by their own doing. Historians still debate this, but they all agree that Europe's fear of cats worsened the spread of their plague. So history shows societies that respected cats were thriving, whereas societies that feared and demonized and destroyed cats collapsed. Cats were reintroduced, but make no mistake, not as respected guardians. They became rat control, household accessories. So they shifted from exterminating cats to now colonizing and owning them, but without ever truly understanding their nature. No reverence, no spiritual continuity, just an attempt to control another being. Independence defied the European hierarchy. Europe never learned its lesson, though, because even today, many European breeds of cats have been engineered for looks, not health. Black cats are still the least adopted in rescue animals. They still link black cats to witches, and the independence of cats is framed as stubborn, moody, catty, antisocial, instead of autonomous. Pre-colonial societies honored the cat's independence. Europe punished the cat's independence. And much like with dogs, they now want to claim the title of cat lovers. We will remind them of the origin story of their relationship with these sacred animals. Cultures that respected cats still survive in their traditions today. Europeans never understood or respected cats. Cope.